my loves, welcome back to my channel. This may be one of the last videos of the year, so I thought I would be cute for you guys and just come on here, sit and talk with you guys about how I envision my new year and give you guys some things that you can also sort of focus on for the new year. So it's a bit of a like thought mind map session on camera with some wine today. So it's not a tea time, but it's going to be a wine time. So yeah, it's the end of the year. If you are new to my channel, you may not know, but I always come out with videos end of the year, beginning of a new year, just sort of setting my standard for myself. We're gonna do that today. So if anyone asks, my loungewear, so cute. It was actually a bargain I found in TK Maxx randomly while I was looking for presents. I decided on a word that would encapsulate my new year, but one other one has just come to mind. So the original word was consistency, and a word that just came to my mind literally as I was talking was unapologetic. So maybe I'm gonna mix the two words together. Unapologetic, consistency. I think these are two terms that have been missing, I think, a little bit in my life, and just in the way that I will act towards things, in the way that I, what's the words that I'm trying to use here? Because I'm really having a moment on camera right now. Basically, I feel like I'm not consistent enough for the goals that I set myself. The consistency that I've been giving those goals and those things in my life has not been matching what the end result is supposed to look like. So that's an area that I need to work on. I also need to work on being unapologetic. I think, like many women out there, when you get to a certain age and as you get older, sometimes, not all the time, but I can speak for myself, I think my confidence has dwindled a little bit as I've got older. Don't know why, because, but it happens to the best of us. And so I have sort of shrunk myself in a lot of areas when it comes to this, YouTube, or social media in general, when it comes to how I want to dress, the fun that I want to have, traveling, just goal setting. I've shrunk myself. I've made myself sort of go for things that are attainable and safe. And I think something that I want to do in the new year, I know, is to not be apologetic about who I am, but actually to just be brave, brazen, loud, and shout about what I do, be empowered about what I do, be confident and consistent in whatever it is that I'm trying to work towards, and not care about what anyone else has to say. For example, I'll tell you guys honestly, like, I don't tweet on Twitter anymore. I haven't for like the past year or two, really. And that's just because I just found it to be such a negative place. And it's so weird because nothing actually ever happened to me on Twitter. I wasn't directed with any negativity myself, but I saw it play out in so many other people's lives, and I became anxious when it came to Twitter. If you know me, if you've been following me for 5 years, you know that I used to tweet a lot. I would always tweet every video that I posted, any, you know, work that I did. I would celebrate it on Twitter and I would receive love for that. And then all of a sudden it just stopped. I couldn't bring myself to share my work or share myself on that platform. I became really anxious about the idea of that, and I think I overthought how other people would take it or think, or no one even cares anymore about what I have to say or what I'm doing, and so I just shut that area off in my life. But every now and then I'm tempted to tweet, and then I overthink myself out of it. So those are my words, my two words: unapologetic and consistent. So there you have it. I thought I would just list some of the things that I think I need to do in the new year, need to focus on, in order for me to just have a richer year. Obviously we can't control what's been going on, but I want to have the attitude of, regardless, I'm still gonna live my life, enjoy my life, and these are the things and areas that I want to work on. First things first, I've decided that I want to start therapy. So I haven't started yet. I'm looking for somebody. I may have found somebody, but people may be thinking, well, why? What's happened? Nothing. However, I hear so many people say that it's changed their lives. It's just helped them to communicate better, help them to understand and unravel themselves, especially during this age. It's like you go through these growing pains where you're already a woman, but now you're really evolving into another version of yourself, and I really want to evolve into that with the best tools. So that's the first area that I think I want to do for myself, that you guys should also consider trying out. I also really want to focus on my health a lot more. I am already naturally health conscious. I always have been from a child. My mum's always, you know, made sure I was healthy. I've always eaten really well and things like that. But I want to take it up another notch, and that's where the consistency comes in, because I am naturally a healthy person, but there's always another level, especially as you get older. Again, I know I'm talking about age a lot, but honestly, you have to be a lot more consistent as you get older. For example, I'm someone that has the best intentions. I have all of the vitamins and supplements and things that I need, but I won't take them every day. Inconsistency. The gym. I love going to the gym. When I'm in it, I am in it. No one can ruin my routine. But once I drop off, I drop off. Inconsistency. There is a lump in my hand. Don't know if you guys have seen it over the past couple of months. And I feel like it's been growing with the way the current NHS is. It's a mess. Appointments can take a long time to happen. So fast forward a month after booking it, I had my appointment yesterday. I had a scan. They told me it was benign. It was nothing to necessarily worry about. And it was I'll write the name of what it is, but it's like a cyst basically. My tendon is like, I don't know, whatever. And it pokes out. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it is there. And the doctor was like, oh, you know, a lot of people just leave it and it can go by itself. No, actually, I am going to get it removed or figure out what I'm going to do. They were like, you can call your doctor and figure out next steps. Absolutely. So I did that, and I've got an appointment with my doctor. With me is I'll have the great intentions, but I might not follow through till the end, but that is ending now. So I'm going to be following through when it comes to this lump in my hand. And this is also something to say to any of you guys, if you have anything health-wise that is niggling you, you've got a lump, you've got, you know, you should be checking your breasts. If you're a man, you should be checking your testicles. Any teeth issues, migraines, headaches, do you get flare-ups on your skin regularly and you just leave it? This is the year to stop leaving it. I'm even thinking to go back to pescatarianism after Christmas, because I used to. Most of my diet is actually heavily fish-based anyway. If you guys know, you know, I don't cook meat that often. But I liked my health, my body, my weight and everything when I was not eating any meat, and I was literally just pescatarian, vegan meals, vegetarian meals. So I haven't made a complete decision, but I think I will be doing that for the new year. So the last couple of months have definitely been like huge. It's been a really big learning chapter for me, unintentionally, but things just happen, right? And I feel like I've learned a lot about myself, hence why I decided I think I want to start therapy, just to understand me a bit more and learn my triggers and things. But something that I've realized is that I have habits, and we all have habits. You can't get to 28, 25 or even 20 without having some sort of habits that you just naturally do, and you'll never know if they're wrong or problematic until somebody tells you. And usually it's not a stranger, it's usually going to be someone close to you, and that's when you really wake up and realize. Now, I'm not saying I'm a bad person. I'm actually a great person. That's something I've realized. My heart is very big, it's very forgiving, it's very loving, and I have so much love to give that sometimes I might expect the same exact energy back. So that's something that I know I want to work on, is just like how I view people and what I expect from people, and realizing that I can't expect those people to fulfill certain things for me. I have to fulfill them myself. Now, I know that might sound like obvious and things, but when you're used to this romanticized view of life, like growing up, my friends used to call me a unicorn, a fairy, because I had this view that everyone was so good and everything would just be perfect, and you know, I would just have expectations of people, and I'm realizing that people can't always meet my expectations, and I'm learning that that is okay. I'm giving people grace. That's the best way to describe it. So let's talk about work stuff. So I did say I wanted to be more unapologetic when it comes to my work. I also want to dream bigger. I want to dream bigger. I don't want to dream in a sense of what is realistic and how I can see the how. I want to not see the how. That was not good English. I don't want to know the how anymore, because I'm such a calculated and planning type of person that wants to know the steps. And often I feel like the goals I've been setting, I know all of the steps, but I want to get back to the place of not knowing the steps, just knowing it's going to happen. And when you have that attitude, that shows you that those goals are big. And if you're looking so ahead at something so big, you're more likely to get quite far than if you sort of set a goal that is quite reachable and understandable and the steps are very clear. Obviously, I'm still going to plan, but it's more so planning for bigger things and understanding that I can do those bigger things and believing and having the confidence in me to do those bigger things. Yes, I think that makes sense. Gosh, this video is not going to make sense. Oh dear, I hope it helps somebody at least. I'm going to be also thinking more on a national level, because everything so far in my career has been very southern focused in terms of the UK, London focus. But I'm trying to take things further now. I realize that I've been limiting myself just by thinking this is my strength, when actually it's okay to find new strengths. It's okay to broaden your horizons. I hope that I can travel a lot more this year as well, for work as well as for fun. I realized that I've had a lot of dreams that I've sort of parked to the side in terms of how I've wanted to live, and I'm at a place now where I can do different things. You know, I don't have children, I don't have those kinds of responsibilities yet, so I need to make the most of this time. I was just having this chat as well with my friend yesterday on the phone, and we realized like we do need to really enjoy the time that we have as women who are technically single, because we're not married and we're not, you know, living with a husband and that kind of thing. We are independent women, and let's not limit ourselves to just focusing on those goals that we do want. We have to enjoy the time now. That was a word. Enjoy the time I have now, because this moment, like this moment where I can just have a lazy day, decide I'm gonna do my makeup, have a glass of wine, put the tripod on and the camera on, and sit in a completely silent house with my dog chilling here and have no care in the world. This is not going to be like this forever. It might not be like this in a couple of years, you know? So, and I don't want to look back and regret not just being in the moment and just enjoying that time. I'm not 30 yet, you guys, but I'm not far off. And I'm not scared of turning 30, because I'm proud of where I am in life. I always say that it's not necessarily the age, it's more so what have I accomplished. By 30, it's weird, like, it's not so much goals of material things anymore. It's more so goals of who I am and where I am and how happy I am and the experiences I've had. So the next 2 years are really going to be focused on those areas of my life, because the material things will come when they need to come. But the experiences and the feelings and the joy, you can't put a price on that. You can't. Obviously, I want to make loads of money next year, but I also want to live life next year. I want to feel rich internally. It goes back to the video I did on Black Girl Luxury, right? To me, luxury isn't just the material things, it's a fraction of it. The rest of it for me is how I feel, the things I see, the experiences I have, the friendships I have, the love that I receive and experience, the places that I go to, not necessarily expensive places, but just the sights, the views, nature, all of that. Hobbies. The day of the hobby is like gone, right? I realized that what I'm doing now was once my hobby, but now it is a job. So the joy does, unfortunately, it's not as fun as it would have been before when it was an outlet and a hobby. So I want to make this feel fun again, but it also means that I have to spread myself across other things now. I have to find other outlets, other hobbies that are just things that I enjoy doing, trying to cook new things, for example, fancy things, practicing, you know. And I said to her, oh, but it's just gonna be me. And she was just like, yeah, but then you can just be prepared. You're the girl that says you want to have all of these dinner parties in your big amazing kitchen. Start preparing. I've started watching MasterChef again and I'm addicted, and I want to learn how to bake because that's something that I only used to do when I was younger. I want to pick up some sports. I used to love to play piano when I was younger, and I used to sing. So maybe I'll pick up like piano lessons. I don't know, but I just want to start having some hobbies, doing things weekly. The job that I have can be very, you know, flippant, very up and down, very stressful, gives me anxiety. Girl, I've been going through it the past couple of months emotionally. So I want to detach a little bit from the emotional side so that I can actually enjoy my job more, but also have these outlets that just enrich me as a person. This is gonna be a great year. This is actually gonna be really, really fun. Cheers to new hobbies, just new interesting things. 2022, please open the borders. Please don't limit us. Cheers to 2022.